June Lockhart's story began in New York City, where she was born into a family of actors. Her father, Gene Lockhart, and mother, Kathleen Lockhart, were both respected performers, so it seemed natural that June would follow in their footsteps. Her first major role came when she was just 12 years old, appearing alongside her parents in A Christmas Carol 1938, but it was television that made her a household name. As Ruth Martin in Lassie, she embodied the warmth and grace of America's favorite mother, and years later, in Lost in Space, she became Maureen Robinson, the calm at the center of cosmic chaos. Over her decades-long career, June earned 2 Emmy nominations and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She worked tirelessly, often saying that acting was the family business of empathy. On October 23, 2025, she passed peacefully at home, surrounded by her daughters Anne and Elizabeth. Tributes poured in from fans and former co-stars, celebrating a century of artistry. June Lockhart's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles, she changed her last name to Keaton as she began her acting journey. Her big break came from the stage, starring in Hair before Woody Allen cast her in Play It Again. Sam, what followed was one of the most iconic collaborations in film history. Annie Hall made Diane a household name and won her an Academy Award for Best Actress. She became the face of an era, smart, independent, and unafraid to be herself. Through the years, she shined in Manhattan, Something's Gotta Give, and The First Wives Club, balancing vulnerability with wit in a way only she could. Off-screen, Diane adopted 2 children and dedicated much of her later life to preserving historic architecture and writing heartfelt memoirs about family and aging gracefully. She passed away peacefully from pneumonia, leaving behind her children Dexter and Duke, who described her as a force of nature and love. Hollywood dimmed its lights the night the news broke, and social media flooded with memories of her warmth and laughter. Diane Keaton's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Born in Santa Monica, California, Robert Redford grew up sketching and dreaming of adventure. After studying art in Europe, he returned to the US and began acting on stage before his rugged good looks and magnetic energy led him to Hollywood. His early hits, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and The Sting, made him an international superstar. Yet, Redford was never content with fame alone. He used his success to champion independent filmmaking, founding the Sundance Film Festival, a platform that would change cinema forever. Over his lifetime, he earned Oscars, Golden Globes, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Redford passed away at 89, surrounded by family at his Utah home. Tributes poured in from fellow legends like Jane Fonda and Meryl Streep, who called him Hollywood's conscience. Robert Redford's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Kimberly Hébert Gregory grew up in Houston, Texas, where she earned degrees in psychology and social work before following her calling to the stage. Her blend of intellect and humor made her performances unforgettable. She began in theater and quickly became a familiar face on television, starring in Vice Principals, 5 Feet Apart, Better Call Saul, and The Chi. Kimberly had a reputation for bringing truth to every scene, no matter the size of her role. Her passing at 52, due to complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, came as a shock to fans and peers. Her husband, entrepreneur Joseph Gregory, called her the brightest mind and most generous heart I've ever known. Tributes across social media celebrated not just her talent, but her mentorship to countless young artists. Kimberly Hébert Gregory's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Polly Holliday was born in Jasper, Alabama, and spent her early years teaching before stepping onto a stage for the first time, and never looking back. Her breakout role as Flo in Alice made her a household name. The simple phrase, "Kiss my grits," became one of TV's most quoted lines. She later earned 2 Golden Globes for the role, and reprised it in her own spin-off, Flo. Off-screen, she was humble and private, often preferring her quiet southern home to Hollywood's spotlight. Polly passed peacefully from pneumonia. Surrounded by family, fans remembered her with smiles, recalling the laughter she brought into their living rooms for decades. Polly Holliday's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Born in Ontario, Canada, and a proud member of the Oneida Nation, Greene began as a sound technician before finding his true home in front of the camera. His breakthrough role in Dances with Wolves earned him an Academy Award nomination and opened doors for Indigenous voices in film. He continued to move audiences in Thunderheart, The Green Mile, and Wind River. Graham's performances were marked by quiet power, a rare blend of humility and intensity. He passed away at 73, surrounded by loved ones. The Indigenous film community honored him with candlelight vigils and screenings of his films, calling him a storyteller for the ancestors. Greene's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Loni Anderson grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota, dreaming of Hollywood. After years of small roles, she shot to fame as Jennifer Marlowe in WKRP in Cincinnati, the intelligent and glamorous receptionist who became a symbol of women's empowerment on TV. Her performances in Stroker Ace and A Night at the Roxbury showcased her comic timing, but fans admired her even more for her resilience and humor off-screen. Loni passed away peacefully from natural causes at her California home, just 2 days before her 80th birthday. She was surrounded by her children and grandchildren. Fans flooded social media with old clips and heartfelt tributes, remembering her as the woman who made confidence look kind. Loni Anderson's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Born Terry Bollea in Augusta, Georgia, Hulk Hogan became the face of professional wrestling, a superhero for an entire generation. His rise through the 1980s made him a cultural icon, with victories in the WWF, Blockbuster, pay-per-view matches, and unforgettable. Outside the ring, he starred in movies like Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny, and inspired millions through his charisma and positivity. Hogan passed away from cardiac arrest at 71. Following years of health battles, his wife and children released a statement saying, "He lived every day larger than life, and he left it the same way." Fans across the world held tributes in wrestling arenas, chanting his name one last time. Hulk Hogan's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Born in Birmingham, England, John Ozzy Osbourne went from factory worker to frontman of Black Sabbath, the band that invented heavy metal. His haunting voice, raw emotion, and wild stage presence created an entirely new genre and generations of fans. Despite decades of health struggles, Ozzy never stopped performing. His final tour, No More Tears, was a farewell filled with love and nostalgia. He passed peacefully at his Los Angeles home, surrounded by Sharon and their children, Kelly and Jack. Sharon wrote, "He gave the world his heart, and it beat in rhythm with every fan he ever touched." Global tributes followed from candlelight vigils to midnight concerts. Ozzy Osbourne's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade. Loretta Swit's journey began in Passaic, New Jersey, where her love for performing led her from the stage to one of the most beloved shows in TV history. As Major Hot Lips Houlihan in MASH*, she broke boundaries portraying a woman who was both strong and compassionate during wartime. The role earned her 2 Emmys and international recognition. Outside acting, she was a lifelong animal rights activist, supporting countless rescue foundations. Loretta passed away of natural causes at 87, surrounded by her close friends. The MASH*, cast and fans worldwide held virtual memorials, sharing memories of her kindness and laughter. Loretta Swit's legacy continues to inspire millions, reminding us that true stars never fade.